Shiina he your ISS. Beneath a scarlet sky. Whoa. We're finally here. Ishizaki-kun looked at the sea and yelled out after today's long trek. You're way too loud, Ishizaki, be quiet. His voice was probably reverberating inside Nishino-san's ears as she went out to stop him. There's no harm in it, right? I'm just yelling after all. Yuhu. We're here. Didn't you hear me? Nishino-san went out to punch Ishizaki-kun since he continued his yelling. But not even pain could stop him from yelling as he continued his lively act. Seeing this brought a smile to my face. I think they make a surprisingly good pair. I suddenly heard footsteps behind me. Was it another group whose designated area was the same as us? I turned around and the person there was. Ara. Is that you, Ayano Kuji-kun? I asked before even my mind caught up to reality. You look livelier than I expected. He closed the distance with the same attitude as always. They've done their best and we've managed to increase our group size to 6. Ayano Kuji-kun looked at Ishizaki-kun, seemingly satisfied with that explanation. Was that your plan all along? To group up with him? Yes. I had several groups in mind and his group was one of them. Although I just planned it in order to support Ishizaki-kun's group which wasn't doing it, it went much better than I expected, and the points we got increased even further afterwards. You look in good health as always, Ayano Kuji-kun. He wasn't a person who would strain himself, but this is an exam where nothing is certain. Yeah, for now at least. I don't think I need to worry about you. But please be careful. Just one injury can get you expelled after all. I know. Going in solo means you can't guard yourself from the unexpected. Even if I wanted to help him, my group is already at its maximum capacity. There's just 3 days left, right? I just hope he will be okay until then. Yeah. I looked at his face as it was bathed in the light of the sunset and started thinking. Him retiring would be better for my own class. I know it's that simple, but I can't continue these thoughts. No, I believe I just want to avoid thinking about it. To me, Ayano Kuji-kun is a good reading partner. A good friend. And, how do I say this? He has a mysterious charm. He is someone I can't take my eyes off from. He makes me want to spend more time with him. As much as possible. If only we didn't have to fight, if only we were in the same class. Then this school life would become painted in even more lovely colors. If only these gentle moments could have lasted forever. Kiryuwa in Fuuka SS Poker Face. After arriving at my designated area, I get 1 point from the arrival bonus. Without realizing it, my name had appeared on the top 10 due to the points I slowly managed to collect. To think Kuronaga's group has kept their 10th place all this time. He's way too devoted to Nagumo. Seeing the points of Nagumo's group which always competed for the top spot, makes me disconcerted. What a boring man he is, that Nagumo. As someone who likes being alone, I can never come to like his way of fighting, although I can acknowledge he has some slivers of strength. It may seem like he's doing a full confrontation, but behind that facade you can see his desire to toy with his opponents. It seems I can't become interested in a finished product after all. In that sense, the person worth paying attention to is Koenji Rokosuke perhaps. It would be a lie to say I wasn't interested in him, but as I was gazing at the scenery of this uninhabited island, I happened to see a certain student. Ayano Yotaka. His abilities are unknown, but it's true he looked like an interesting one. You're pretty late, Ayanokuyi. I already knew he had places in the same group as I based on the GPS search function. That seems to be the case. Despite our sudden meeting, he wasn't surprised in the least. Maybe he did a search previously and was made aware we shared the same table already. I believe I had another strong rival competing for the arrival bonus. So that was you. I tried to pry a bit. I wonder about that. Even groups from another table may end up at the same place after all. More importantly, didn't you say you weren't interested in the top 10? He avoided my light prod and moved the conversation topic towards me. This uninhabited island exam has been surprisingly fun so far, so I have to say my tension has been running high despite my age. Let's not press him too far now. Chasing them too far doesn't always become more fun. I plan on continuing at this pace. You won't aim for the top spot. Everyone else is fighting for the podium, so I can't just be taking it easy if I join them as well, you know. But if Nagumo and Koenji takes each other out, then I may reconsider. I see, taking each other out. Doesn't seem like that will happen as of now. How much does he know, I wonder? How admirable. Being able to make a poker face up until now must be a talent in itself, that is. You think Nagumo will leave Koenji alone at this rate? I prodded, hoping his poker face would crumble for just a bit. In terms of resisting with force, I can't say it's certain it will result in Nagumo's victory. He has probably only observed until now, but it won't be long before he will make his move. What I want to say is, it's highly possible we may see Nagumo vs Koenji before soon. Depending on how it goes, we may witness a situation where one or both of them will struggle with points. I neatly explained and he nodded as he understood it all. Pulling the rug out from under someone is also important after all. I can generally see whether someone is capable or not by speaking to someone once or twice. And you won't aim for the top as well. I'll just ask this once before we leave, since I wanted to look at his reactions. Unfortunately for me, I can't imagine myself in the top 10 at all. I see, I thought you'd have about the same points as me at least. He won't show me anything here, I concluded. I'll leave my rating of him for later. The time until my graduation may have become something I'm looking forward to due to him and Koenji. Ibuki Myos, no reason to it. It was on the 10th day of the uninhabited island exam. This morning, I went to the other tent nearby. I confirmed that the owner was away before reaching for the backpack inside. I'm not trying to steal anything. I just want to confirm something. And I have to look at what's inside to do so. But I don't really want to look. It was a contradiction. I grabbed the backpack with some hesitation. It's lighter than I expected. Seeing how light it was made me even more confident, and I checked the content without any lingering feelings. Clothing, stuff for personal hygiene, food, and a single 500 milliliters bottle of water. I knew it. As my doubt grew into conviction, the owner of the backpack came back. Ayanokuyi. What are you doing? His sudden call startled me so much I think I jumped from the ground. Did you look at my tablet? Or is there something else you wanted? Course not. I just wanted to check if it really was fair, just that. I don't want to be mistaken for a thief, so I left the backpack. Anyway, now that I've confirmed it, I need to ask him this directly. There's just a single bottle of drinking water left in your backpack. How the hell is that you having plenty of it, huh? This guy wanted to make a fair trade with me yesterday. He wanted to hand over 2 bottles of water for just some rations. I lost my cool and couldn't think then since I wanted water so badly, and he led me into it. He lied to me. He never had plenty of water and helped me since I was dehydrated. You wanted me to owe you, right? That's why you helped me. If so, that's way too naive of him. I need to make him realize that. Or so I thought. If you haven't checked my backpack, you would never have known though. Obviously. If I never went to confirm it, I wouldn't have known that he was lacking water too. In other words, it was supposed to be a fair trade no matter what the truth may be. So that's why I should just spit out a honest thank you. I'll never do that even if someone forced my mouth open. Like hell I want to. I don't think I can accept that, alright. You get nothing in return then. Fine with you. I asked just in case. Would you even give me anything even if you owed me something? No way. I answered in a blink, no thoughts needed. There is no reason to it. Why, I just hate this guy. Ikin knows Honami SS something I have to tell you. I should have known the last day of this special exam would be important. As soon as morning came I left my group and began running inside the forest. I wonder how long I have been running. I couldn't endure it anymore and ended up using the GPS search this morning. If Kuji-kun is somewhere near I2 today, please let him be somewhere in the south, I wished and looked at the results. But he was in the northern part of the island. My intuition told me he was heading for I2 today, on the last day. The conversation I overheard before still lingered in my ears and I couldn't stop myself anymore. Ha, ha. Ha, ha. My breath had become ragged and I soon fell down on my knees. I've been running single-mindedly and desperately so far and I'm now at my limit. No, I'm already way past that stage I believe. I want to meet him. I have to meet him and tell him. It was the only thing supporting my 2 legs as I ran. I just want to lie down on the ground and fall asleep. I can't keep these sensations from slowly taking over me. I can feel my exhaustion slowly disappear as I closed my eyes and throw myself into the darkness. No. I can't. My fingertips moved and I grasped the earth. I get sand stuck under my fingernails and I awaken from the discomforting sensation. I can't stand anymore. But I can't allow myself to fall asleep here. I'd left my precious classmates behind. You can even say I've betrayed them to come this far. For what? I ask myself. But even then I can't find a clear answer. Do I want to save Kuji-kun? What does it mean to save someone? Can someone like me even do that? Even though I don't know what's happening. Even though I don't know anything. Please be careful, is it even that important to say? I now realize my actions have no substance to them. So why am I covered in sweat, so tired as I run for my life? It's a never-ending Q&A. And then, on the other side of the river, I find Kuji-kun heading towards I2. No matter how much I try to raise my voice, nothing comes out. Exhaustion, surprise or impatience. My voice is blocked by a torrent of feelings. And despite that, even though I didn't manage to calm down, I yell out. Kuji-kun. The words I managed to squeeze out reached the other side. I came to meet you. Yes. I ran this far for that purpose. I'll be right there. Even though I shouldn't be able to run, no. even though I shouldn't be able to walk anymore. My feet somehow managed to take a step forward. I just want to meet you. It is the only thing supporting me now. There's something I have to tell you. KADOKAWA EXPO, Karuizawa K trial date. This is a story from just before the second-year island survival exam. I, Karuizawa K, am walking towards Kiyaki Mall after school. Kiyaki Mall is extremely popular with students after school. There are many things to do in Kiyaki Mall. People come to hang with friends, or to buy things, or get their hair done. Or perhaps, a date with their lover. Anyway, since no one is allowed to leave the school premises, Kiyaki Mall is something that we students cannot do without. By the way, I often come here with my friends to hang out. But, today I am here alone. It's not that I have anything in particular that I want to buy. But there is something that I want to do though. Phew, I'm a bit nervous. I mumble those words as I head towards the mall by the north entrance. Almost 1 hour has passed since classes have ended and there are already a fairly large amount of students in the mall. Right, it should be all right with this many people here. As I look around, I continue walking slightly relieved. First things first, I head to the general store as planned. The store itself is fairly small, but there appears to be about 4 girls inside enjoying themselves while looking around. Now then. I wander around the store as I hold my phone. In no time at all I receive a message. It is the signal that all the preparations were complete. I continue walking around looking at the items for sale as I try to contain the grin forming on my face. Since new items are released every week, it's rare to get bored. I especially love the cute accessories. However, I've been buying so many recently that all the straps on my phone are now heavier than my phone itself. I have to resist today. Resist. I don't think I'll be able to. Cute tilde. One of the newly arrived straps is so cute. A strap with an image of cat on a little ribbon. I send an image of the strap using my phone. As I mumble to myself, I slowly move around the store. Oh, so you like these kind of things? I smile as I receive the reply. Unexpected. I reply. A little. Is the reply I receive. My heart will probably skip a beat if I got this from my boyfriend. I was thinking about sending such a reply, but it's too embarrassing, so I ended up deleting it. As expected of today's trial. But I don't have the courage for that just yet. I get excited as I receive a picture sent from the other person, but when I see it, I thought you would like something like this instead. It is a picture of a strap illustrated with skulls and crosses. No way, your sense is really horrible. Only middle school boys would use something like that. This time my reply is a little mean-spirited. Oh well, it's important that not everything said is just sweet words. Perhaps now is a good time to tell you what the point of today was. The truth is, as I wander around the store by myself, there is someone else following a different route but walking with me. I don't think an explanation is needed at this point, but that person is my boyfriend Ayanoku Yukiyotaka. He is super cool, smart, and athletic. Maybe I'm praising him too much, I correct myself. I mean, it would be a stretch to say his skills regarding human relationships are good. Anyway, this is a way for us to have a trial date. We both set different places to meet up, and decided to browse the shop using different routes. If other people heard this, they would probably think, what's with that? Most definitely. However, since the fact that we are dating is a secret, this is a trial to see how enjoyable a date is. The The fact that I am dating Kiyotaka will probably be revealed sometime, but for now it's okay. What are you going to do now? Can I look around a little more? After exchanging these few messages, I continue wandering around the store. Yup, looks like no one has noticed. I mean, that's obvious since at the most we look like two people who came to the store separately and are looking at different things. Of course, being near each other makes me happy, but at the same time, I ended up thinking about how I want to talk to him directly as expected. I think that being able to speak to each other, to see each other's eyes and have our hands touch, that's the real joy of being on a date. After leaving the general store, I head to the supermarket, then the bookstore, going from place to place, item to item as I pass the time. The date was enjoyable but also ended up feeling a little lonely. I don't think the trial was a failure, but these mixed emotions. I guess after all, I really want to go on a proper date with Kiyotaka as soon as possible. Yup, that's what I am thinking of once more. Then, on that day around 7 in the evening, as I am watching the TV, a knock on my door causes me to get up. Not the doorbell but a light knock. I wonder who it is, but I can't even hear a voice. I open the front door as I think that it is a little strange. On the floor in the corridor is a small paper bag with pink patterns on it. I don't see anyone as I look and write. As I continue thinking how strange it is, I pick up the bag and enter my room. This is for me, right? Before opening it, I feel its contents from the outside. Could this be? With something in mind, I open the bag. Inside is a strap with an image of cat on a little ribbon. Looking at it, I let out a laugh without thinking. He really is a simple when it comes to these kinds of things. If he thinks doing these kinds of things will make him popular, well, he is mistaken. I remove all the straps from my phone and attach the little cat, with a smile. Something like this isn't nearly enough for me to be satisfied, okay? For the rest of the day I pass the time gazing at the strap,